Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to delete this. We're going to shave this basically. So I got to take this rubber off. I'll glue it back on later. It's going to be a bit of a mess, but basically I am going to take these. These are for the headlight washer nozzle, which has never worked since I got it. I took all those pieces out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand this. I'm gonna glue it into place using some trusty Gorilla Glue. I'm gonna sand this, glue it into place. There's a tiny bit of a recess and then the gap around the edges. So I'm gonna throw some fiberglass filler over top of it and sand it down and make it one piece, because I don't want these things. They obviously, without the washer nozzle connected on the back, there's nothing to hold it in place. But all in all, it's just going to clean everything up. They don't come off very often, so as long as they're not flexing too much, I don't see a problem with it. And I got a tiny bit of leftover paint that isn't enough to do anything else, so it's perfect for these. Remember, drop a comment below, like, subscribe. Let's do this. Just take a block and sand. And you're just going to want to go until you've removed all the little shiny spots. Oh, that looks shiny in the camera, but it's just the color. Everything else, the clear's shaved off. So I'm going to go around the edge. And that's it. So I'm going to wipe this down, use some part solution, some paint prep cleaner, wipe this down. And then I'm going to glue. I'll smear some glue here and around here. That'll hold that in place. And then I'll jam some filler down in around here. I'm going to use fiberglass filler if I can. I don't know if I can. If it'll squeeze down there, because the stuff I have has longer strands. But that's the idea. So we get it glued into place, let it sit, and come back and sand the rest of this. And we'll go from there. Throw some filler on it, paint it, good to go. Should look good when it's done. And there we go. So now that's done, I'll do the other side, and I'll let it sit for an hour, let this stuff set up. It might take longer than that to be fully done, but I should be okay to handle it again. And I'll start sanding the rest of this and get it ready for paint. Not much to it. It'll be a nice clean shaved look. I'm pretty sure you can buy these. I've seen them before, but might as well use up the last of my paint, and it doesn't take that long, so it's pretty simple to do if you wanted to do this. Alright, so we got these all glued in, nice and solid. We're going to grab a trusty jalapeno cracker box, mix up some fiberglass filler. I didn't have fiberglass filler, so I got the right stuff, so this will work a lot better. And I scratched this up with 80, giving it a little something to bite to. So I'll sand out and around the edges a little bit here. I haven't sanded the whole thing yet, but we'll spread some filler on here, sand it down, and pretty much good to go. Use a little part cleaner for a paint prep cleaner. Hopefully this goes well. I don't know if there's even enough paint in this can, so I might have to use 2 different types of paint to finish each one. So we'll see what happens. We're not going to need a whole lot. It's probably too much already, but I want to really push it down in this crease and make sure that it's all full. And that should be good. I'll have to do a little bit more after, but probably just with Bondo. And there we go. So we'll let that sit for about an hour, 2 hours, however long, and maybe a thin layer of Bondo over top of that. I prefer not to use it, but you know, it'll be super thin, just any imperfections after I sand over it. So, almost there. Oh, now we got all the filler done and it's all cleaned off. Nice and smooth. We'll spray some primer over it and we'll be ready for paint. So we got the primer all done on these pieces. Nice and smooth. That white is just a little bit of some high build primer underneath, so we're all good here. Now we get to the paint. This is coat number 2, but I don't really have a lot of paint, so this is probably, I'm only probably going to be able to do 2 coats. So this final coat, I'm going to try and get a little wetter on this one, but this gun kind of sucks and I'm not a painter, so you know, it's not going to be perfect, but they're already looking pretty good. A little rough, kind of orange peel, but like I said, I'm not a painter, and there's actually more paint than I thought. It lasted longer than I thought it would. There's a small can with just a little bit in it, but maybe I'll go for another coat. Might as well use it. So they're looking good. I wish I could get it a little smoother. Having trouble getting the gun to spray like 100% right, but regardless, it's not going to look much different from the rest of the work that I did on the car already. So as long as it's close, they're a small piece, you won't really see it. I also don't have clear coat other than just some spray can demo, so this is what we're going to use, and hopefully it works. I don't really want to wet sand it because after this paint, I could smooth this out, but this is all the paint that I got, so I'm just gonna have to roll with it. But they're looking cool. I like this. By the way, if you're gonna paint, wear a mask. All right, we'll do the final coat here. We're all done, ready for clear. All right, now it's time for some clear coat. Hopefully the stuff goes on nicely. After the flash, it smoothed out a little bit, so it's not really that bad, but you know, I guess it could always be better. We got a few minutes, do a couple more coats of this, and we should be good to go. Get it on the car and see what it looks like. All right, clear round 2. And final coat of clear. Do a nice heavy gloss, and then I'll let this sit for a few hours, throw it on the car, and we'll see what she looks like. They're looking pretty good. Oh, here we go, is the finished product. It actually turned out really nice. Smoothed right out after it flashed off, so I'm super happy with it. It looks really good. Do a little test fit, see what they look like. Super clean. That looks really good. That looks really good. I like that. Well, for the amount of work involved, it's really not that big a deal. Like I said, you can probably buy them, but why not make them if you can? It's all part of the DIY touch to the car. So I'm super happy with this. Highly recommend it. It looks really good, cleans it right up. I know it's a very subtle change, but one of the clips is out of place. I'll fix that, I'll close the hood, we'll see what it looks like. I'm not really a fan of these grills. They're off eBay. They don't fit. Every tab broke off the first time that I put them on, but I couldn't find, I need a left side because it fell out while I was driving. But these are I just used some caulking to glue these on for now, so I'm not really worried about it. But I like the factory because it's black on the insides, so it's not just like a straight chrome. Like it looks a lot better than the factory versions, but I mean, That looks really good. I mean, considering I haven't had these or the grills in for like years now, probably a good 4 years, I haven't had either of these pieces in. So, you know, you're driving around looking pretty beat up. But no, that looks super good. I'm happy with that. Right on to the next part of the project. Just trying to get everything tied together for the summer, so start going to some car shows and whatnot. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like it. Highly recommend this. Definitely. If you want to buy them, whatever, you want to do what I did, go for it. It looks super good. Very clean. So that's it for this video. Drop a comment below, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.